All right. And let's go over to here. And hey, how's it going, guys? It's Sandbox here bringing you guys another stream. Today we're going to be checking out a AbyssWorld stream. And we checked it out with Hub yesterday. We saw the PVE mode and got a little bit of information, got to see some trailers, see a little bit of a first preview look at what the BVB, as they call it, was looking like yesterday. And today we're going to be taking a little bit more of a deep dive into the PVE modes that they got going on as well. And I'm joined here by Jeremy. And Jeremy, feel free to introduce yourself and how things are going with you.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here today again. My name is Jeremy, the CMO of AbyssWorld, and today we got the PVE mode to show a little bit more to everyone. So yeah, glad to be here, man.
Should be a lot of fun. I'm very, very excited, and I know that a lot of people yesterday from the stream were asking me. They were going, "Hey, so we saw the BVB mode. When are we going to see the PVE mode?" And I was just like, "Oh, well, I have some exciting news for you for tomorrow."
Now everyone will get to see it. Today is actually the first time that we actually have our dear friend, colleague Henry here to showcase the whole demo, first look for everyone, live stream, and I think it's going to be quite exciting.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. And I was going to say, for the most part, for people that weren't here or tuned in yesterday, we can go over a lot of the information that we did go over yesterday, just to make sure that people are clarified over what's exactly going on. And for the most part, I guess we can start with showing off one of your trailers that we showed off yesterday in stream here as well. I did want to highlight one very important thing that you mentioned yesterday as well, which was that this is the first Web3 game that was featured on IGN. So very, very big achievement there. And I think that you guys are going to be very pleasantly surprised with the production quality on the trailer, but how close the gameplay actually looks to what was shown in the trailer for you guys. So let's take a look at that video at the moment right now. Yeah, and that's that trailer there for you guys. Every time I see it, I saw it like a couple of times yesterday, and it was so cool. It just gets me so hyped up for it. The what's it called? the part where he puts the sword onto his shoulder and everything like that just gets me so hyped out because I'm just like, oh, he's gonna start fighting some people.
Yeah,
He's getting ready to like
yeah,
whoop
he's
some
good.
ass.
Definitely, or getting his ass whooped.
Yes, or the other. I mean, it depends on who the player is, right? If it's me playing, then 100% it's gonna
Yeah.
be getting my ass whooped.
Well, you
Uh,
gotta be fighting a lot of bosses, right? And definitely, I think definitely get your ass whooped, man, for sure.
but yeah, no, that trailer is very hype, and for most of you guys, I'll be showing that trailer again later at the end of the stream. But yeah, it's such a good feeling when you get to see a trailer for a game, and then not only does that trailer kind of like get you excited for the game, but when you look at the game itself, like you're about to right now, the game actually showcases and you can see a lot of the stuff from the trailer itself within the game. So I'm ready to dive into the PVE whenever you are. If you want to drop any information about the PVE beforehand and let some people know about it, I'm good to go as soon as you are.
Yeah. So first and foremost, the game is set in a mysterious world called Nordinia, and it's full of ancient secrets. And with what you can experience here is an open world kind of stage, and you'll also be going into places uh, that are selected via a world star map. And one can participate in different areas once you reach the required level. So the mission progress is also unified across the entire server, and that includes a virtual time that is constantly ticking. So the virtual time corresponds to the real time at a certain speed, which, for example, is 25 minutes in game equals 1 day in the game, for example. 25 minutes in real life equals to 1 day in the game. So the progress and of the major tasks are also saved, and that includes events, the impact you made, the decision the players have made, and etc. So the world progress is basically how we track those small decisions and the data, and eventually all the players can see at the same time are exactly the same. So you'll be seeing like the dark forces are taking over another realm, or the players are still battling against this particular uh, field in the world map. And yeah, once a place is conquered, it'll be permanently reserved in the game storyline, and there'll be new battlefields that will be opening up.
That's really
So
cool. So you're
that's
saying that like
yeah,
the game is kind of like changing stories and changing kind of like everything that's going on based on just what the players within the game are actually doing and how they're using their time within each one of these games and stuff like that as well.
exactly. So you no longer think that you are alone. You are connected to all the players within this community, and you're battling against the dark world together. Yeah.
That's sick. I'm very excited to see it, and I know that when it comes down to, I like the fact that there's the real time thing where it's just like going on, and then you can see like, hey, there's this place is being conquered, and everybody kind of gets that little like notification all at the same exact time, so nobody has to wonder what's going on or anything like that, and everybody's kind of on the same page within the game mode.
Exactly. And then players can actually also vote on many things within the game, such as whether they want to have a particular primitive life form on a planet, or to be remembered after a war has happened, or the primitive life form will either view the player as gods or forget them and develop naturally. So all the results will be permanently saved within the grand storyline. It's just different things that we are exploring, and trying to make the game more interactive overall.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think that we can take a deep dive into it now, and we'll get started and showcase that.
So yeah, so thank you, Henry, for a big shout out to Henry today, to give a quick demo to our game. So what you are seeing here is our title screen. So let's get started with a new game. All right, so here is the selection screen. We have our first character known as the Ancient Watcher. He waves a big sword and kills the enemy with a nimble posture. So some of the perks you'll be able to see here is, you know, are displayed on the left side of the screen. And for example, he wields a great sword. He has counter strikes and also have passive skills such as hunting skills. So we also have a quick description about the character at the bottom left. And we're gonna have more characters that'll be developed throughout our PVE. Once we have more characters to be rolled out, we'll let everyone know. And the players will be able to enter their name on the bottom right. So yeah, over here we can just call them AbyssWorld, and we can then go on to the next screen.
Yeah, perfect. I really like the loading screen and like the class. I'm assuming I can't wait to see where you're able to like have this one and then you can go through all the other warriors that you have and see which one is gonna end up helping you at the most, which one you wanna be able to level up and stuff like that. I'm very keen to see what different kind of classes you guys end up coming out with as well for the different characters.
Yeah, so as for now, this is only a test version, so we only have one character available. But in the future, we're gonna be adding a lot more characters here. So Henry，我们可以到下一个页前面了。So first we got the Murrin town to showcase to everyone. This is like I said, this is the whole world constellation map that you'll be able to see, and one can participate in many of the battles. It's across the map. So first one is that we're gonna see today is called the Murrin town, and it's part of the Palaneos region, and you'll be able to see the different demons and the mobs that you'll be able to going to face, and they'll all be different difficulties that one will be able to choose. And obviously, with different difficulties, you'll also be able to earn different rewards. So obviously, if you try out the purgatory um, difficulty, that could also mean that you'll be able to unlock higher as well as more exotic materials as well as equipment.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that that's something that you don't really see often in like a and again, I was gonna say this is like a Souls-like game, right? Is being able to change the difficulty and stuff like that, and I think that that's a very cool kind of option that you guys have because I'm 100% positive that that difficulty easy is not is not an easy difficulty to start off with 100%, but it's going to be challenging in and of itself, and then each mode gets a little bit harder, and then I like the fact that you guys are adding more equipment. It reminds me of I can't think of exactly the game, but there's think maybe in Dead Cells, in one of the games that I used to play, you're able to change the difficulty for it, and based on how difficult it is, the items that you get are better. And so I like that. I think that that's a really good and neat trick that you guys have.
Yeah, so it's just to accommodate players in different meta, and also we don't want to ruin their experience, and also increases the replayability of the different you also provide a different experience for all the players.
Oh,
So
100%. Rather
I
than
would
like going
say,
through the same boss
yeah,
fights and stuff like that, you can go, hey, I finished this boss fight on my master mode. Let's see how if I can do it on purgatory, and then it'll be an even more difficult kind of like
exactly. And
situation.
then and talking about equipment, each armor that the player will be able to equip will be unique to that particular class. So, there will be a varying number of slots for a particular character in terms of the equipment. For example, a mage can only equip up to one healing slot, but a warrior could equip up to 2 to 3. So, there's just different equipments that we'll be rolling out within the map, and also you will be able to use them differently based on the character you have chosen.
That's really, really amazing. I was gonna say like the thing that I was talking about yesterday, and one thing that I tend to bring up all the time is if you're gonna make a game that takes from Dark Souls or like a Souls like game, like don't just copy and paste Dark Souls and put it into your game, right? And you guys are doing a wonderful job of actually adding your own kind of like ideas, changing it all up. The maps doesn't feel like I'm playing a Dark Soul game or anything like that. It feels like its own game, just with its own difficulty level and all that stuff. And the one thing that I'm noticing here is that I can see that the Polynulus region has the angry elephant demon with the taboo ritual, and I'm assuming that each region has its own set like kind of um like different boss, I'm assuming, with different kind of like identity for it as well, that ends up happening in each of the areas.
That's right. So, it's gonna be quite a unique experience, especially, for example, if you know we have a space and time assembly. So when what that means is when players have conquered and completed a war from another civilization, so some of the strongest warriors from that particular world will join us, and they will usually participate in elimination matches and tournaments as arena players. So based on the progress of all the players, the number of players will also increase, from a few to a dozen later on. So it's just eventually you'll see some of these mobs from this particular region that'll be joining your forces as
Oh,
well.
okay. Damn. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that we're excited and keen to see. I'm very, very excited for this. And I know that everybody in the chat has
Yeah.
been waiting for
Uh,
this as well. So
we kind of draw a little bit of inspiration from many different games. There's I don't know if you have heard of Lord of the Rings game called what's it called? Middle Earth. What's it?
yeah, Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. Um,
Exactly. So
yeah.
that's, we really like that concept of how the AI will be part of your guild, and you can make your decisions and place your units based on their behaviors and different attacks, etc.
That
So we
is,
really like that game,
dude.
and
Middle Earth chat. I was talking this with someone on the team, Moss, like a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about how that game had some of the best like AI in it. Because like, if you died to one of the goblins, like you could the next time you spawned in, you would have seen that goblin. Like he's the king of the goblins at the moment right now, right? Or something like that.
exactly,
And it's
yeah.
like so cool to have a game that like actually adds that thing in, and you're like, wait, so that guy killed me. Like, okay, so it all just makes sense, right? It's all such a cool
I think
experience.
that game was definitely very, you know, I would say it's very thinking ahead before its time. And I think with the whole metaverse developing and AI, as well as the technology today, would definitely be able to see, you know, a world that is constantly moving forward at the same time, that the character will also develop over time. And I think that's something that, what Web3 will allow us to do.
Yeah, and I've been seeing it a lot more getting into like with AI and stuff getting just added into regular games. Where I saw a modded version of the Skyrim VR game where they're allowing people to have conversations within the AI, and then it's just AI generated. But they remember the conversations, so it's part of that story forever, kind of. So it's really cool, and Web
Exactly.
three is definitely gonna help that with like the blockchain technology that we have and things like that. Where you guys were mentioning yesterday actually, and we can start the game whenever you want. But you said one something that was really cool is that your character like abilities, all that stuff, the skill tree, it's all on chain. Like that's all data that is gonna be shown and available for people to
Yeah,
see.
so
Yeah.
your character will eventually, be saved on chain, and I think that's something that is, data that will be permanently there, and it's we were seeing a lot of games today, just because the server or the developer decided to close down the server, but they can't really have their characters anymore. Or it's quite sad that things are happening in the Web 2 world. For example, World of Warcraft in China was closed down just probably 3 months before, and everyone that has been playing World of Warcraft for over 10 years just had their character gone like that is just quite sad to see. So,
Oh no, that's
if you
absolutely
have a
terrible. I didn't
character
even
that
know
you'll be
that.
able to, yeah, because there's just a lot of controversy over that. But if you do lose a character that you have been attached to for over 10 years, and a lot of the effort that you put in are all gone to waste, that's something that we don't want to see, right? As even as game does. So we definitely want the data that could be saved there to be forever.
Oh no,
Yeah.
and it saves. I've seen streamers multiple times where they're accidentally, delete the character rather than like start the game or something like that. I saw that
Yeah,
very much with
for sure,
the
for
Harry
sure.
Potter game that came out. So very very that's very exciting, and I know that a lot of gamers are gonna rejoice when it's like, hey, you don't have to worry about like your character ever being gone. Like this character is your character. That's like taking the whole meaning of
That's
your
right.
character to a completely different level, and that's why the blockchain technology works so well with a lot of the games. And it's just a matter of showcasing amazing games such as this, saying and calling them regular games, and getting people hyped in. And I think that you guys killed it with the first step. And the first step was getting a lot more eyes on it, and that started with IGN basically showcasing your game trailer. So it's like first that's like the first ever game to be featured on there, right? Like we aren't you guys aren't joking
Yeah.
around. This is some like real shit that's going on, and this is like awesome,
It's
awesome stuff.
definitely, I would say it's a milestone, right? It's a milestone for Web3 games because they do recognize our quality, and that's what they believe in, right? You have to kind of surpass that bar, and you think, hey, I think there's some hope in Web3 games, and why don't we just kind of give them a chance?
Yeah,
So,
and then at the
I
end
would
of the day, we
say
just treat them
it,
as
it
games.
exactly, and that's what we want to see. Yeah. So why don't we just get the game started? I think the audience is
Yeah,
waiting
it's
for a
very
long
yeah.
time.
We've been keeping them away from the game for a little bit, but now here we go, first ever look.
So we're gonna start with yeah. So first and foremost, we're gonna see here we got the whole interface. On the bottom left, you'll have your green health bar, and then with two different kind of potions. So the green represents the health potion, and the red are antidote potions. So here lies a corpse in the middle, which is the main quest of the game. So let's check it out. 但是你可以看一下这个实体的这个蓝光吗？
We get a nice little message here as well.
So yeah, here are like some of the small messages that we put in, that kind of sets the story forward, and interesting lies some of the backstories of different characters, more about the world, etc. So for players that
Oh,
are
that's really
more,
cool. There's like a hunter that's dead
yeah,
here,
that
and he
are
left like a little like, hey, this is what you need to know, and just best of luck. Like there's an elephant like
exactly.
monster in the lakes and stuff like that. They destroyed our entire unit. That's really cool. I like that a lot. It adds a lot of like lore into to what's going on rather than just being brought right into the
Yeah,
middle of the map and just being, hey,
y-
go do whatever you want to go do,
exactly. So we don't just want to be a game that players just go in. Obviously, you can if you want to, but definitely there are players out there that we know of, that will be interested in our backstory and everything, and they will definitely spend the time to understand every little bit of detail, that's behind, what we're trying to do, the story that we're trying to tell. So I think that's something that we believe in, and we'll definitely include that in the game. So yeah.
Hey, Tour, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you very much. We're taking a look at AbyssWorld here, and we are going in with our first ever look at the gameplay, and the map looks beautiful. Might I add? Eh, what was the inspiration that you
Yes.
guys got for like the map, or was this all just like creative directing of your own?
So I would say we drew a lot of inspiration. 但是你稍等一下哦，稍等一下，你先稍微看一下这个附近的这些整个世界观吧，然后整个地图稍微行走一下。So what we drew a lot of inspiration from are, I would say, dark fantasy novels, Lord of the Rings. Max is a big fan of the whole type of like a lot of the storytelling in the West, like for example, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter. I would say from games from like God of War and Diablo back in the time. So a lot of these things are constantly like going on the back of his mind, and he usually jots those notes down, and eventually this is what has been reflected.
Dude, I was gonna say, so
So
like
yeah,
now we're getting into the first like kind of first fight here, and we get to see a little bit more of the mechanics. And
yeah,
that animation that's coming up within like I think the enemies parrying or blocking the like the clashes of the swords they're hitting. And I was gonna say for the
yeah.
audio, let me just turn this up. There we go. Perfect. Let me get that audio up there. And now people should be able to hear this a lot better. So there.
So what that means is, that you'll be able to accumulate rage and release heavy attacks once your rage meter has been filled, and that will actually deal more damage.
Ah, okay.
So
Um,
there'll be a heavy attack available for the character and a light attack. And without rage, you can use the light attack to collect rage. And there's also what the parry mechanism is that it will allow you to collect large amount of rage and break the opponent's guard.
and then on that bottom right, I mean, I'm kind of blocking it right now, but there's the I'm assuming I don't know what they're called. There's like a red little gem there. Um, that's
Yeah.
gaining with every
So
single.
those
Is that
are
the rate?
known as. Oh,
What were you saying?
no, so those are actually some of the fragments that you'll be able to collect, and that will give you, it's like a energy level that will allow you to keep growing, and for example,
Yeah, to level
use it as a
skills up and
resource
stuff.
afterwards. Exactly.
That's a really.
So yeah,
Oh my god. What?
you'll be able to unleash some of the unique attacks for that particular wave. So now that all accumulates different rage.
Yeah, and I see the rage bar right there on the bottom, in the middle there.
Yep.
I was gonna say the graphics look
And then-
absolutely stunning. Do you guys have like a guess or estimate of what like the system requirements for this game are gonna be needed?
So I would say as long as you have a i5, 16 gig RAM, and I would say probably a 2080 well, it was I think it was 3060 above, will be able to run this game.
Oh, perfect. That looks like my computer's gonna be running this game perfectly fine then.
Yep. So you're seeing here, you'll be able to gain some of the different resources that are spread across the map. The one that you just picked up was a green orb, which will give you health.
Yeah, I saw his health coming up again on the left side. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa! How are you regaining health? And it's just the green orbs that he's picking up on there. And it's really cool. I was gonna say, like, I also like the fact that, see, like, the enemy there, there's a lot of games where, like, the enemy AI kind of just start running at you beforehand. That one, you had to get close for the enemy to kind of see you before the enemy kind of started attacking.
Exactly. So
I like that.
in the future, we'll have different characters that will come with your playstyle, and if you want to be a little bit more stealth, there's definitely a character that will be available for that.
I want to, like, this first off, like, the sound in the background at the moment is so good. Like, just the music is very eerie and stuff like that. It kind of adds the whole atmosphere of the game. And the rage, the sound effects for the rage, and the sound effects in general for the hitting of the blades against one another, the hitting against the shield, hitting against the enemy, it all just sounds like really, really well done. Like, this is very, very well done stuff here. Oh, and it looks
Yeah.
like
So and there's one. Thank you. Really appreciate it. There's one more thing to showcase, which is a particular bullet time that the warrior will be able to experience once an enemy is at their I would say lowest health bar point, which you'll be able to enter a bullet time to deal even more damage over that course of time, and it'll also increase the cinematic
and the
part of the
stream
game.
stream just dropped down for it, so just want to make sure that we can get back in.
Oops.
Having a little bit of technical difficulties
Hmm.
here with Discord.
Okay, there's a little hiccup, but
And we are back.
oh, we're
Perfect.
back on. Perfect.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, let's just take a look at the bullet time, and then I think we can wrap it up here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the game is back on now. It should be. Yeah, perfect. There we go.
Yep. Alright, Henry，你可以展示一下这个子弹时间的那个效果吗？然后我觉得我们今天整个 PVE 的这个最基础的讲解到这边就差不多了。
I like the names
So yeah,
of
there's a
it
bit.
as well. I was gonna say this guy's
These
name
are all
is
just temporary names.
temporary names. 'Cause I was gonna say for me, I was like Brave Hunter Remains. Is that just someone that came over here, tried to fight, and then he died, and now he's turned into like an
Exactly.
evil
Yeah,
person?
he's the remaining of the civilization that was in.
Dude, that
Oh, you see
fire
how
attack
the
is
bullet
so
time is
sick.
So yeah, different mobs will have different attack moves, and it's important for the characters to kind of, learn.
Yeah, I was gonna say Henry already knows. Like, he's just like, oh, this guy's gonna attack now. He's gonna attack here. He's all set. He's good to go. This is really neat though. Like just the what's it called? The actual parrying within like the fighting with the enemy is going really well. You guys did a really good job within like the collision effects with everything that's happening here.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, so I think this is for today. As for the PVE part of the game.
Real quick, you gotta kill that fire guy before you guys.
Kill the
before
fire
we
guy?
end it, yeah.
We're thinking about fighting for tomorrow, though. Okay, but I guess Henry, you want to give it a try? Let's give it a try, man.
If you can survive it, then cool. But if we die, then we'll end it there.
So this is the first elite mob that you'll be facing, and this guy breathes fire and throws out fireballs at you, and the fire will have elemental damage on you over time.
Oh, I see that.
Oh,
dude.
look at
And the
that,
burn
man.
effect stays after as well.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. All right, we might have to showcase that again tomorrow because of how cool that was. But that is how you do like a not a boss but like an elite type enemy type fight. Well,
so for that kind of boss, you'd be, he only hits on the front, so it's important as to move towards his back, and then hit him from the back. So I think that's the idea behind it. Yeah.
That's really cool stuff. Well, that just makes me super excited for the game, and I'm just thinking about like someone in the comments just mentioned like do challenges where you don't get hit at all within the runs and stuff like that, and I'm just thinking about all the kind of content that can come out of just one like single map of your game or just one single like level from your game. The amount of content that could come out of it is absolutely insane. Being able to do stuff.
Yeah, we're probably gonna see a lot of players doing like speed runs or streaming with no damage, no potions or whatever.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That.
Oh, I'm
You're thinking a
excited.
lot of people
If
do
they're
stuff
doing
like
speed
that,
runs, I'm gonna try my best to beat Hub. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
yeah.
And then
All
yeah,
right, so,
I was gonna say thank you for showcasing the PVE mode, and a little bit of the PVE mode. And I know that a lot of people that want to find out and see more of it we're gonna be streaming up until the 1st of May, and we're showcasing everything that AbyssWorld has to offer for right now and what they have been completing and done. And this is only just a little bit of the PVE that we're able to showcase. But tomorrow and in the future, we're gonna have a little bit more uh, of stuff to be shown with a lot of cool things that I don't think people are gonna be really ready to. I don't even know if I'm ready to witness or see myself. And I'm just very excited for the whole longevity of the game itself, just based off this small little kind of thing that you've shown within the PVE mode itself.
Yep, awesome. So I think we can call it a day for the PVE part, and then let's move on to the PvP.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll be sad to see the PVE going, but I'm very keen to see the stream with the BVB coming up, because that stuff yesterday was
Yep,
was really well. So they can share the screen whenever. Let's get that going here. Um,
wait for Henry a bit. So, all right,
Perfect.
back to the character selection screen. So, who do we have in play today? Let me look at the challengers. So, for those that have participated in our event, thank you everyone for participating, and we are going to showcase our first fight between the different challengers. And we have
All right.
the Iron Doctrine Executor versus the Locust Swarm.
All right. This is cool, and I know that we mentioned it yesterday as well. And just like a little recap for anybody that's new in the stream today and watching this for the first time. Maybe they don't know as much about the characters as the others do that watched it yesterday. But can you give us a little rundown about the Iron Doctrine Executioner and the Lonely Locust? Just like a small quick recap of what we talked about yesterday about the characters.
Yeah, sure. So first, the Iron Doctrine, he belongs to an organization that was, you know, abandoned in the galaxy, and the Steel Doctrine, believes that the essence of life is an indestructible uh, s- s- steel and holds eternal power. So under the Iron Doctrine, there is a special force known as the Executor, who represents the doctrine and has the body and the mind that is unbreakable as steel.
Oh wow.
So
Okay. Very cool lore for the
yeah,
character. And he's like more of a
and as for
heavy hitting character, right? He's slower, more
exactly,
heavy hitting.
he has a wields a giant sword, and will do massive damage in a short amount of time. But he's a little bit slower in terms of his movement. And the
Okay.
next we got the Locust, which is born from the planet of the dispersal star, and there lives a different life form known as the solitary locust, also known as a swarm of locusts. And they believe in destruction and domination with the goal of conquering the entire planet. So these alien monsters will have powerful strength and, you know, pretty much will try to devour everything that's in front of him.
That is
And
so
yeah,
I love how the locust looks. I remember, and we can start this up because I can't wait for people to see it. Personally, I loved the locust so much from watching the BVB yesterday happen, because like that's the kind of character that I use in games where it's a more fast kind of moving character. Agility kind of stuff is more at play rather than heavy hitting stuff. And I'm very like, when I was seeing the move sets that he had, I was like, holy, like I can't wait to do some of this stuff myself within the game. Like, so it's
yeah. Then
very
let's get
exciting to
started
see.
with this battle, man. Let's get started.
Yeah, no more teasing, no more teasing.
No more teasing. Let's get started. People are waiting. Let's show them what we have on our team. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and Iron Doctrine here. Do some heavy hits in the beginning. Oh,
Oh, we're
are we
looking
seeing
like,
some lag here?
yeah, some lag from the stream again. Let me stop that and start it again. See if that fixes it. Yeah, it seems like we're getting lag from the stream at the moment right now. Is it all right if we restart the fight and stuff like that as well? Just because the stream at the moment is tending to load. There you go. See, we said no more teasing, and then Discord was like, no, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Now we're all set. I was gonna say one thing that we might be able to do, and this might help a little bit, is if we change it from 1080p to 720p maybe, and see if that makes a difference at all for the stream.
Yeah, I think it should be okay now. If there's anything that we're not seeing, then we will change it down to a lower quality.
All right, perfect.
Hope everyone is okay with that.
Yeah, but it should be good. And
let's get started again. Okay, this time we're seeing the locust do a little bit more. Oh.
Yeah, and it looks like we get cut out again. Unfortunately. And just issues with Discord at the moment right now, it seems like.
Yeah, it's not the best for Discord today, I think.
There we go. We're back in now. Still lagging. Yeah, let me restart the Discord here real quick and see if that tends to make it a little bit better.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going? All right, I'm back. Stream is loaded up on the Discord thing. I feel like this should be a lot better. We shouldn't have any issues here on this end this time. I think that wasn't, by the way, anything with the game, just so people know. That's more issues within just the internet connection. I'm assuming that the stream for me was running on here, and within the stream also running, just had some issues with it. So this time we hear some heavy music coming in.
Whoa, that massive moment got stopped.
Oh, we see that lightning come out from the locust. The locust had a cool area over there for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, he might get stuck.
I really like this angle. This angle was pretty good.
Yeah.
So you can really see the movements of the different characters.
That is such a sick attack.
Oh man, he got like launched into the air.
Yeah, he got launched into the. I'm really rooting for the locust here. I don't want I don't want the Doctor to win. The locust is getting stuck in that whirlwind attack. And that whirlwind attack does heavy damage.
Oh, you get it with the lightning.
Let's go.
Yeah, see, that's what AI is trying to do. Like he knows the.
He saw that thing coming. He was just like, wait.
Yeah, he saw that thing. Like you keep using close range attacks. You know what? I'm just gonna use the magic to finish you.
Dude, and it's really cool because it feels like the executor, like he actually is hitting very hard, you know? Like you can feel like the motion, I guess, that swing, that heavy swing down or up, and it like just feels like that person's actually getting hit. Oh, That's such a good.
Yeah, for example, you see the Iron Doctrine, like with his movements, heavy attack, he actually knocks the character down.
Yeah,
and that also provides an advantage for him.
Where
So
he can
like
then use that
compared to the Locust, compared to the Locust, where it's more like a poking, they'll do a poke here or there, or do some quick attacks, but it doesn't really knock the character down necessarily. Yeah.
I'm just like, Locust, just use that lightning again.
Yeah, come on, just use that lightning.
Don't get caught in the swirls. Oh, do you have it? Does he have it?
Oh,
yes, there we go.
It's the lightning.
I love it. That's how you gotta do it, Locust.
Yeah, that's how you gotta do it.
All right.
This
time, the Executioner gets the first hit. Oh, and you got a heavy combo there.
Yeah.
There's that lightning coming in. I love when he like backs up and just.
I think the Locust now knows. Like, what? You know what? Once you use that whirlwind, I'm gonna stay away from you for a minute. Use that lightning strike.
I'm just gonna keep using that every time I get the chance, man. Ooh, nice heavy back hit.
Oh, nice.
This is a much. Oh, there it is. There's the lightning. This is a much closer game here.
Yeah, I'm seeing. The Executor is definitely trying his best to come back.
Well, now it's just up to the Locust to use that lightning one more time, but he's kind of stuck in a combo here. I don't know if he's gonna be safe. Oh man, just Locust, you know what to do.
Locust is really getting beaten up here.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was like, you know what? I did the lightning 2 times. Let me try with something different. And then the body just goes flying.
In the corner. Nice.
Oh, that is so sick, dude. I love that so much. The music adds so much to it, by the way. The heavy metal music in the background was so awesome.
Honestly, I have to say that's still temporary.
No, of course,
just
but like it adds so much. It adds so much to the thing. I'm just like super hyped up the entire game. I'm like, all right, keep going. Let's fight. And someone in the chat did mention that the Annihilation Apostle has very, very heavy attacks too, from what they saw yesterday. And
yeah, so this battle we're seeing right here is another, battle of the heavy kind of type of weapon attack warriors, and one is the Fallen Leaf, and the other is Annihilation Apostles.
Yeah. And
so let's get started with this one then.
100%. The Leaf Warriors, I remember you say yesterday, were like more of like a peaceful kind of people until they get brought into the battlefield and they have to do stuff like this. And then the Apostles are some really, really key elite warriors that are really all out.
Exactly. So talking about the Fallen Leaf Warriors, they're more of has an Oriental touch to it. We took a little bit of inspiration, like in Japan, where these warriors are more low key and trying to hide their identity instead of tampering with the world war that has been happening, and unless they are faced with challenges that comes towards them, they usually remain to be silent. And as the opposite, the Annihilation Apostles are really just trying to eat up the world, and that's kind of their belief.
That attack, by the way, the attack from the Leaf Warrior is so sick. He does like 3 strikes and they like launch fire in front of him or something like that. That is insane.
Yeah.
I love that still so much. I also love the movement of each character is different, right? Like, it doesn't seem like every character uses the same dodge and roll animation. backing up animation, they have like different kind of animations for each one. They would like
Yeah.
swings.
For
and
example, the
attacks and
falling
stuff.
leaf warrior will roll behind the enemy's path and then attack from there, rather than sliding across compared to the Iron Doctrine Executor, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it very heavy when he was like backing up in one of the things. And he was in the air.
Yep. Oh
That
yeah.
fire
That's
attack is so
That fire attack.
So would that fire attack do like double damage if you was to hit it, and then hitting him with the sword and then the fire going through as well, or is it just more of like a you're supposed to use that as like a long range attack?
It's supposed to be used as a long range attack.
Okay.
Just launching like 3 waves.
Yeah.
You see that move also used in our PVE just now, I believe.
Yeah.
So, you know, some of these moves you'll be able to learn depending on your character class. So, and also, yeah, you'll be able to develop that skill tree over time. So, the Fallen Leaf Warrior is something that you'll the character that you'll be facing early in the game, and he's also like your master that teaches you kind of character. That is
We're
really
learning from one of the best, huh? Perfect.
Yeah.
Now you just gotta get that like 1 or 2 more hits off, and then he's
Oh
done.
come on, just
That was a good
yeah,
parry there though by the apostle. Ooh, and one more.
whoa, now it's getting oh.
I thought I'm gonna be
That
honest.
launch
I thought the
strike.
apostle was gonna like fuck him up at the end there because he was gonna. I saw the parry and I was like, oh no, I've seen this in video games before. I know what happens after this. Oh, we got the heavy
Exactly.
metal music for this time.
Yeah. Back at it again.
Yeah. That back flip kind of thing that he does is so cool.
Yeah. Like he strikes and then he makes the back. Yeah, back throw. Yeah.
I like it. Also, I just noticed
Oh
that it
man,
gives
the
him.
apostle when he uses that shield back, he actually deals a lot of damage.
Yeah, the apostle's been like cleaning up the damage.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say the one thing that I really enjoyed, I noticed, is that attack that the Leaf Warrior is using, it takes some time to charge up. So it feels like the other enemy could go in and maybe get a cheeky hit off more. Would that cancel the animation for that attack or anything like that, or will the attack still go on?
Yeah. I think there's gonna be. I don't think there's I think it's punishable.
Okay.
From my knowledge.
Oh, this is such a close game.
Oh,
Dude, what is
whoa.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
it's always that launch attack that
Yeah,
really
right? And then the body
really
goes
gets him.
flying. I love that though, by the way. Can we not if that's something that you guys are gonna change, can you not change that? I want to see the body constantly flying at the end of the match.
Fly everywhere. Hey, you know what we're actually thinking as well is just just to give over on what we're actually doing. Like the map will feature dynamic landscape over time. So it's not just like the landscape with like you can break the walls. You'll be able to roll into a different like map within the scenario you are in. Like they're just things that we're thinking just to make things more interesting and dynamic.
You guys have everything planned out. I'm so excited to see what you guys come out with later on in the rest of the year and stuff like that. This is some really, really cool stuff. Someone mentioned Destructible Arena would be really cool to see as well.
Exactly. Destructible Arena. Yeah.
And someone else mentioned, and I think this is a very spot on kind of thing. They said, dude, this kind of looks like if Devil May Cry and Dark Souls had a baby, and like this came out, you know, like because the attack stuff does seem very because there's the combos and all this other stuff, like a very very kind of like action, like Street Fighter kind of thing with the combo things, and then that's Devil May Cry has that as well. But it's the intensity of the battles within each one. Like those battles didn't feel like I was like the entire time like, oh yeah, he's just gonna keep winning that. Like this is just a one sided battle. That like was like the AI is genuinely like very thought out and very smart within what they're doing within these battles. Like learning to use the lightning strike for the locust at the end of the battle to get rid of all his health and kill him. Or
Exactly. Yeah.
like other random stuff that we saw within the leaf fight where he was backing up and using the fire attack to close in distance and stuff like that as well. So it's very cool to see that the AI isn't just like just random like just bots thrown into the thing. They're like actually like these could just be, it might as well be like actual people playing the game. I would never know, to be completely honest with
Yeah. So a lot of these masterpieces that we drew inspiration from, we're also trying to take pieces here and there and really to form something of our own. But yeah, huge respect to all of these games that really left a huge impact, for players like us. So it's just amazing to work on games like this.
you. Yeah, I was gonna say when it comes down to like I mean, like in games in general, like just this gets me excited for games again. We've been having like a very hiatus kind of thing with games where like it's kind of the same thing that keeps getting released every year. The same Call of Duty reskin, same NBA reskin, same Madden reskin, and all these companies are kind of getting away with just feeding us the same game over and over again. And it's always so nice to see like a breath of fresh air, and like you guys are doing a wonderful job of that. And I just want to say thank you from like a gamer's perspective. Like thank you for bringing a good game into the scene again, because it's been a while. It's been a while. I haven't seen one since Elden Ring. Been
I appreciate it.
so thank you for that, and it's very cool. So that was the BVB mode, for those of you that saw, and I know that a lot of people were able to vote on who they thought were gonna win, or they thought they were gonna win and stuff like that within those fights. So very cool to see, and hopefully some of those people got those guesses correct.
Yeah. So if for those that didn't see till the very end, feel free to check the official website for the results. And I think we're about to an hour now to round up the clock. So I think we can probably call it a day, right?
Yeah, I can put up the trailer and then we can end it there, just so that everybody can see that beautiful piece of art one more time. And then can we go over real quick as well what's on the schedule for tomorrow for people, so that they get to be excited for coming in a little bit tomorrow?
For sure. So for tomorrow, we're gonna play the uh, first part of our PVE mode. That the stage that the merchant town that everyone saw, and there's a few more elite mobs that players that will be able to see that hasn't been disclosed yet, and yeah, quite excited about it
All
too.
right, cool. Very cool. I'm excited. I don't want to take up too much of the time, so here's the trailer one more time. Very special thank you from AbyssWorld for joining us and showcasing this game within their own stream and within our streams. It's just such a. I'm very excited for what's to come from them. Thank you again, Henry, for streaming the game, and thank you, Jeremy, for being alongside me here to showcase the PVE mode that you guys did, and the BVB mode as well. And for everybody else, I hope you guys enjoy this trailer, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.